if you're shooting on a Sony Venice, an Arri Alexa, an Arri LF, or a Canon, you're not having to black balance, okay, or black shade. But what you will have to do with your red is black shade. If you do not black shade this camera, you are not getting the best out of this camera. And it's something that is super important. I am very adamant about black shading because it creates my beautiful blacks and contrast. If you do not black shade, you're going to have fixed pattern noise, which is literally lines of pixels. Or you're going to have hot pixels, or you're going to have dead pixels. So by black shading, it eliminates all of that. Now the protocols have changed. So let's talk about the red camera for a second. If you have a DSMC1, which is the Dragon sensor, you are going to need to black shade for 45 minutes. Okay, it's an auto black shade. So if I was shooting with that camera, I would make sure that my team does that black shading at the end of every week. So obviously in prep, we're doing the black shade, and at the end of every week, I'm going to re-black shade. And I'm going to re-black shade in the environments that I'm going to be shooting in the next week. So if you're going to be with a DSMC2, you're going to do a manual black shade, which is 5 minutes. And that is on the Helium, on the Monstro, and the Gemini. So let's take you through how to black shade correctly. The first thing, you're going to start with a metal port cap. Now, why a metal port cap? Well, because black shading is all about keeping it black, dark. So we're going to put this on. And if you do have a plastic plastic lens port, then the photo black tape comes out. And you're going to tape that over with several pieces to make sure that it's absolutely black. Now, we're going to go into the menu system. And we're going to start our black shade process. Now, part of that question was, how do you adjust the black shade for cold environments and warm environments? Well, that's you doing a lot of different black shades. When I was on this TV show, Into the Badlands, oh my God, we were in New Orleans in the summer, 97 to 100 degrees, so 50 degrees Celsius. And it was so humid. Then we went from that humidity into a sound stage where it was humid in there, and then we added rain. And you're probably seeing this action sequence where people have got knives and swords flying all over the place. Then we went from there into a cold stage environment. Well, knowing that, I had to make sure my team black shaded for the humid 50 degrees Celsius, as well as the humidity of that rain sequence on Into the Badlands, as well as the cold environment. So let's show them how you set up those different black shades. We're going to hit Menu, we're going to go to Settings, we're going to go to Maintenance, and then we're going to go to Calibrate. Then we're going to hit the sensor, and now you can see your factory black shade, and then there's a couple black shades in there that we've done. Now you're going to hit Create. When you see Create, this is the message that comes up now. This used to never come up, but now with the new protocols, you have calibrate your sensor after camera reaches operating temperatures. So you do not want to pull your camera off of the truck and fire it up and black shade. You want to let that camera get up to 30 minutes almost an hour. So it gets that beautiful temperature within the environment that you're going to be shooting in. And then you black shade. And then it says Auto Dragon, so that's the DSMC1, or manual for Monstro, Helium, and Gemini. So it's telling you exactly what you need to do. And then he's going to hit the manual, and then it's going to start the capture. And now go ahead and hit OK. And now this baby is going to do 2 to 3 passes on a black shade, and in 5 minutes, it will be ready to go. So you can log in a lot of different black shades into this menu. You saw that there was a whole left side where you capture it, and then you can slide over to the right, and that's the specific black shade that you're using. And I label them. New Orleans exterior humidity. Okay? No questions with that. Rain humid stage. And then cold stage. You can literally punch those words into the menu, and then that way there is no confusion. And you're doing this on all your cameras. On that show, we had 20 different cameras. So imagine what it took to communicate that to all of your team members to make sure that all of that was functioning correctly. You do not have to black shade or black balance the new DSMC3 series at all. So that's a really great thing. Now Red has finally made their newer cameras to the point where, like the Arri and the Sony Venice and the Canon, that you don't have to black shade.